This is exactly what sets this Warriors team apart, and it might not be what you are thinking. Folks, we have 2 preseason games in the books. We are just 11 days away from opening night NBA tip-off in Los Angeles against the Lakers, and this gets me so excited and hyped for the season. And then I saw this on Twitter talking about Steph's ridiculous game winner against the Oklahoma City Thunder, followed by a fantastic highlight moment celebration from the chef himself. And Warriors Talk on Twitter says, this might be the greatest game I've ever watched. And it has me thinking, what's my favorite game that I've ever watched as a Warriors fan? And also, I'm interested to know what yours are. I always have lots of conversations about, hey, this is my favorite Warriors moment, this is my favorite Warriors player, this is my favorite Warriors game, but I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts. This is the question of the day. Go down in the comment section down below and put your favorite Warriors moment, your favorite Warriors game, your favorite Warriors series, and why it means so much to you. Mine in particular might have to be that Game 7 against Sacramento in enemy territory where Steph put up 50 to send us to the second round. I remember watching that in college with my buddies just a couple of years ago, and there was all these talks. Steph's not clutch. Steph can't do it when it matters, blah, blah, blah. And this was after he just won the championship in 2022, and Steph again proves exactly what it means to be clutch, to be the guy down the stretch that you want with the ball in his hands. 50 in a Game 7 against Sacramento. So many things happened in that series with the Domantas Sabonis drama, with Draymond stepping on him. I'm a Draymond defender. That situation, I've had a billion lunchroom conversations about that specific incident, but so many things happened. Draymond ultimately gets suspended. Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox have a couple of ridiculous games. Steph Curry plays very well, ultimately puts up 50 in a Game 7. So that's maybe one of my all-time favorite moments. And then obviously Game 4 against Boston in the 2022 finals, Steph putting us on his back and proving why he is a top 5 NBA player of all time, in my opinion. But that's the question of the day. Go down below. Let me know. I'm interested to know. Now, moving on to this upcoming season, it's 2025. The 2025-2026 season, just 11 days away from tipping off against Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, in LA, for a primetime Tuesday night matchup to kick off the season. And man, it is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. So what exactly does set this Warriors team apart for the upcoming season? Well, one thing that I've really pinpointed and noticed over the last couple of weeks, even from training camp into open practice a couple of nights ago, and then with the first couple preseason games, is the leadership of Jimmy Butler. You know what you're going to get from a leadership standpoint from Steph and Draymond, but Jimmy Butler has taken these younger guys completely under his wing. It is so evident on and off the floor. Not only has Jimmy Butler done a fantastic job in the offseason, he hosted the training camp for the entire team. The only guy that wasn't there, Jonathan Kuminga. Now, ultimately, he has joined the team, re-signed. He seems committed as well. Even something as simple as at the open practice, LJ Cryer, the rookie, has to sing a bar song by Shabuzi for karaoke, and Jimmy Butler's out there doing it with him, taking a little bit of the embarrassment away, just being a teammate. Like, that's just who Jimmy Butler is. The unity of this team seems like at an all-time high right now, which has me incredibly excited. And I'm proud of Jimmy for stepping into that role, that leadership position for the upcoming season. It's what he's done his whole career, but I really think he's taken it on the vest a little bit to be that guy for the upcoming season. Kuminga said about the offseason that Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Buddy Hield all supported him during his free agency process, and that he's committed to playing well on both ends of the court with hopes of winning a championship with the Warriors. And this comes from a quote after Mark Spears noted that Kuminga seems at peace despite the free agency saga. And so this is huge for Kuminga to come in after all this drama and have brothers, have guys, have teammates, have the organization support him, even through all of these trade talks, all of the offseason nonsense, to get to now and still have the guys committed to being your teammates, to wanting to win alongside you. It has to be huge for Kuminga's mental space right now. But then I also look at what Jimmy Butler has done, not only hosting the additional training camp with the guys, not only singing karaoke, but also just proving on the floor now too. There was a moment where Kuminga looked a little passive in the second preseason game. Jonathan Kuminga has the ball. Jimmy runs up to him during a free throw and says, "I'm going to get you the ball. I will find ways to help you score." And that's huge for Jonathan Kuminga to have confidence instilled in him from other players. And I just feel like the unity and the camaraderie of this team, the chemistry, is at an all-time high, and that gets me incredibly excited. And I have to agree with Warriors Talk. He says, "Am I wrong for being extremely optimistic on the Warriors this year? Biggest question mark is staying healthy, and the Warriors are one of the most cautious teams in the league when it comes to injury prevention, and I like the scheduling of how he laid this out here. Front load the wins, coast through the middle of the year, slow it down towards last portion, and then start dialing back in 2 weeks before the playoffs begin. This has got to be the year." And I agree with this with the sense of, hey, we want to be all gas, no brakes, full steam ahead for the beginning of the season, right? So we can position ourselves to be a high seed so that those last couple of weeks before the playoffs, we can take our foot off the gas just a little bit to allow us to get some of the younger guys some minutes, give some rest to the older guys so that they are fully prepared for the playoffs. All-Star break is going to be absolutely massive this year, having that rest in the middle of the season. But I like how this lines up, and I have to agree that there are a lot of things. I mean, if you go into the year and say our biggest issue and our biggest barricade is health, that's huge because it shows that all of the precursors to that, building a good roster, having star players, having shooting, having a strong defensive prowess, those things, those boxes feel already checked off. Now it's just, hey, we do have a little bit of an aging roster. Can we find a way to keep those guys healthy as the season moves along? LJ Cryer talked about this, which ties directly into what we are speaking about as far as being committed to the preseason and the upcoming year. He says, I know it's preseason, but I'm treating this like a real game because there's limited opportunities. And not only does this show that the younger guys understand that, hey, in these preseason games and these smaller chances that you get to prove who you are as an NBA player, you have to put your foot on the gas. You have to prove it in those small moments because he's right. There are limited opportunities. And I think it's clear from the organization to see that, hey, we're going to play our guys in the preseason. These games don't matter from a winning standpoint, but we want to see what we can get on film. We want to be able to prove to ourselves that we have the roster to do it in the upcoming year. But also, when things aren't going our way, having that bench unit, even those third string guys like LJ Cryer to be able to come in and make an impact off the bench, maybe he won't do that a whole lot during the regular season because we do have a deep unit. Maybe LJ Cryer will be down in Santa Cruz with the G League team, but still having the understanding that, hey, we feel confident about the depth of this roster to say, hey, if we need a spark plug off the bench, we can bring a Pat Spencer in. We can bring a Guy Santos in to play those hustle minutes and find a way to help the team win even when the going gets tough. And I was incredibly encouraged by watching the team put up 51 in the fourth quarter, take advantage of the opportunities they were given, and lead the comeback. These dub frames look sick. There are several Warriors lock screens and home screens or whatever you want for your phone on NBA Twitter right now, specifically with the Warriors. But it's just crazy to think that these guys are doing it at this point in their careers, and I just hope and pray that they can stay healthy and we can find a way to win some games this year because, man, I'm hyped. I am hyped. I told you any opportunity I get to bring these guys up, I'm going to do it. And now, just how sick is it that these guys switched practice jerseys at the open practice, brothers rocking each other's unis, Steph with the 30 or the 31, and then Seth Curry with the 30. Now they're calling it SC squared, apparently, with Steph and Seth on the same team. I mean, people underestimate how important vibes is to an upcoming to a team like the 2022 team. Yes, was super talented. Yes, had Jordan Poole off the bench. Yes, Otto Porter, Bjelica, those types of guys. We just had a deep unit that came in and made plays. But also, the vibes on that team were so elite. Found a way to win a lot of games to start the year. Ended up getting to the 3 seed. Sort of coasted mid-season and then found a way to get it done in the playoffs. And you look at that team and you sort of start to compare as far as a bench unit goes, comparing that unit to this unit, and I feel incredibly excited. I mean, if you break down the starting lineups from those teams, we got Steph, obviously at the 1-1. Steph now compared to Steph in 2022, the potential is still there. Steph can still get to the peak performance he was playing in 2022. I 100% believe it. We saw those reports a while ago talking about how Steph's in the best shape he's ever been in. He's quicker. He's making better decisions at a faster rate than he ever has been. So you feel good about Steph. In the 2, we'd usually have Clay. Clay is going to be tough to replace. He was fantastic in that 2022 season, especially in the finals. He played his butt off. Moses Moody's probably going to be in that starting 2 position, so you'd probably give the edge to Clay there. In the 3, Andrew Wiggins, we had Gary in there, we had Otto in there a little bit, compared to Jimmy Butler right now. Whoever you would put in that 3rd spot, I would probably agree that Jimmy Butler is, a higher level of standard for that spot. You feel good about having Jimmy Butler in that 3 compared to whoever was in that 3 during the 2022 year. But we played small a lot at that point. Jordan Poole started a couple games, and then obviously in the 4 and 5, Draymond Green, same in 2022 as it is now. Looney played a lot of games in that final, started a few as well. And so you look at this team, and we still have the ability now to play smaller basketball, to use our quickness, to use our speed, to defeat bigger, slower teams. But we also have this new look with Al Horford now in the game, with the opportunity to play a little bit bigger. Quinten Post looks fantastic the other day. So I feel really good about the build of this roster compared to that championship roster in 2022. And then again, Jimmy joining LJ Cryer for his karaoke performance. It's incredibly important to have a team that enjoys being around each other. That is something that the Warriors have prided themselves on throughout their entire championship runs. And I look incredibly forward to the opportunities to see how this team meshes as the season goes on. No LeBron James for Game 1 of the upcoming season. On October 21st in Los Angeles. Luka's probably going to put up 40. We got to find a way to stop everybody else, make somebody else beat us, find a way to get the job done, move to 1-0 to start the season, and then look forward to the rest of the year. And I meant to do this at the beginning, but I did not. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and we will continue to bring content for you guys as the season rolls on. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I've been Houston Bo. You guys have been the fans. We will catch you guys in the next one, and as always, go Dubs. Peace.